oiling my hair. I was like, while I'm here, while I'm on stream. By the way, I'm streaming both on YouTube and Instagram because I'm really trying to just do both. So I don't know. I mean, I might just be like, delete this video on YouTube when it goes on live. But yeah, you're having lots of trouble with your social life. I'm so sorry to hear that. What's going on? I mean, you don't have to tell me everything, but like, you know, what do you need guidance or insight on? I was just gonna hop on here and do maybe some free readings. So you could ask a question, pop a question in the comments if you want to get a free reading. Hi YouTube and hi Instagram. I'm doing free readings. I'm a tarot reader in case we don't know that, because so, you know, definitely, sorry, I'm like oiling my hair at the same time because I was too nervous. I was like, I need to like go on live because I haven't really done this in a while. So I'm just trying to like nip this in the bud and just like do something about it. You made a terrible mistake and hurt a lot of your friends. I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. I think, you know, if you're apologetic, if you're doing your best to try and like make things better, make amends, or do better to be a better person, I feel like that's the best thing you can do sometimes, you know? Of course, other than apologizing and reaching out to the people you've hurt and stuff. Hi, Desiree. Can't stick around, but so happy to see you. Have amazing readings. Thank you so much. Okay, so for anyone who's here, if anyone is here, you can pop some free questions. You can pop some questions in the comments. If you don't know me, I'm Isabella. I'm a psychic and a medium, which means I talk about life matters. So I have my tarot cards here. So I do things like readings about love, career, all those things, health, etc. And I also do mediumship readings, which is connecting you with loved ones in spirit. I have 22 viewers on YouTube. What the heck? Sorry. That like shocked me a little. I have like 4 viewers on Instagram. Hello everyone. Again, I'm Isabella. I'm a psychic medium. We're going to be doing some free readings today. So definitely type your questions in the comments. I can see it. And yeah, so we're just going to do that. I just finished oiling my hair, so let's be done with that. Okay, so, okay, Maribel. Okay, Maribel is asking, on Instagram is asking, hi, what do you see career-wise with the books I'm writing? Okay, by the way, let me know, audio, is the audio good? Like, are we having issues if I shuffle too close? Is it too loud? Is that too loud or is it fine? And can you hear me well? So I can, all messages are visible. There we go. Hey Alex, hey MD Mahim. Hi everyone. Okay, everyone seems to be giving me a like, so I'm gonna answer Maribel from Instagram's question. Okay, career-wise with the books you're writing. Perfect. Okay, all right. Maribel, are you writing these books at home by any chance? Like, have you been writing them from home as in, or like going to an office? Because I'm seeing this, when I see this card, I feel like I'm thinking about doing things at home, right? Here's what's interesting. I feel like I think what you're doing with your books is good right now, but I feel like you may be getting a little too comfortable. I feel like it'll be worth it to try and explore things out of your comfort zone, or to wait a little bit so that you can maybe have another person look at your books or what you're writing. Because this reminds me of like, hey, like I need a third-party observer. I need someone to take a look at the books I'm writing, and I need someone to kind of look at it, whether it's good or not, like an editor or something like that. At home, okay, yeah. So I feel like you need someone else's input, because I wonder if you've been closing yourself off a little too much and you might be like afraid of rejection. Totally understandable, but I think you need the input of someone else so that you can get things going. I think that what you're doing is good. Like the book itself is good right now, or the books that you're writing are doing well right now, but you need more. You need more improvement. Because this is all about things staying the same. So we need things to improve as time passes. We need things to get better over time, and that's what we're waiting for. By the way, yes, I am paying attention to YouTube. I'm gonna like answer this in a little bit. But yeah, I hope that makes sense, Maribel. Okay, and I think, yeah, literally, I feel like you can be successful, but like it needs more work. It needs more time, or it needs more like improvement, sort of, and then you can kind of get over a stumbling block. Okay. Also, why did I do this on my phone? I can't move the fucking chat. Okay, so I broke my phone, so if I can't move the chat, sorry guys. R. Valdez, what do I see for you in love? Okay, R. Valdez. Actually, sorry, let me answer someone from YouTube first, because like I feel so bad. Like, hold on. Okay, well, there aren't really any questions, I think. Or if there are questions, I'm not seeing anything. So, okay, R. Valdez, let me go. What do we see for you in love? Okay. All right. So we have the Page of Swords here. We have, so either you or someone you're dealing with could be an air sign. But the Page of Swords, the Four of Pentacles reverse, and the Tower tells me there's been some conflict when it comes to your love life. Possible that like it's just been, so sometimes this means miscommunication and fighting, or like you guys aren't really on the same page, you know, like someone is, it's not doing so well. So that's what I'm seeing so far. Are you understanding where I'm heading with this? Yes, okay, all right. So what do we see coming your way? Okay, let me see what's going on with that. So we have the Six of Cups here. By the way, if this person isn't an air sign or you're not an air sign, the Page of Swords can also mean that someone here is too concerned about proving themselves right. They're too concerned about like, I'm right, you're wrong, you know, like it's your fault, not mine. So we gotta stay less on that side and be more open to talking about how we're really feeling, you know, like sometimes it's so easy to like fight over things that we forget that like we love that person and we actually want to be with them. Okay, in terms of like the future with this person, I'm gonna be for real with you. Like these two cards make me think you might be putting this person in the past. Like, sorry, I'm gonna have to be straightforward so I can give you the answer you're kind of asking about. I see someone needing to put certain things in the past here. This is like, either you're kind of gonna get over this person, so I think you're gonna be fine either way, like you're gonna be okay in the long run, but it might be that you're getting over this person, or it's just kind of gonna take time, you know? By the way, I hope you guys can't hear my dog. He's choosing to bark right now. But yeah, I feel like this is about moving on, moving forward. It's a fire sign, that's fine. So the Page of Swords doesn't always have to mean that it's someone's zodiac sign. It's also the energy of the situation. So this would be if like, again, you guys are kind of too much into fighting and miscommunication rather than like talking about love and such, you know? So hold on. Why did I do this on Instagram? Like I broke my phone so bad. Like I can't move it. Okay. All right, let me see if there's other people here as well that are needing this answer. By the way, R. Valdez, did I answer your question? Live chat. Okay. I feel like I just feel like some people are like spamming messages too much. Okay, yeah, so I think it's about putting this situation in the past, but I don't think it's a bad thing. I see you being happy. I just feel like for now, we kind of have to move on from that past cycle, right? That's what I see. Okay, Nita. Okay. I'm gonna answer Duta's question. General reading for coming time. Okay, yeah, let's see what's coming to you within the next month or so, the next few months. Okay, we have the Queen of Swords here, we have the Page of Swords in reverse, and we have the Empress in reverse. Okay, so first of all, the Queen of Swords always reminds me of like someone who needs to have a talk with someone, needs to be direct or firm in their communication. So it's possible, by the way, hi YouTube, put your questions in the comments if you want to have a free reading. Yeah, sorry Anita. In terms of like what I see coming your way, I see you having to maybe stand up for yourself or be direct with someone about what you're feeling, what you think about a situation. So this is talking about like, but the Page of Swords is here. This makes me think that even if you're direct with this person, I think it's going to go in your favor. So this reminds me of like, oh, I'm having to tell a coworker that what they're doing is wrong and, you know, that I'm right about this, but like, you're actually correct. So it makes sense for you to do that, you know? I feel like just be patient in how you say this. So if it's not a coworker, it could be like a love relationship. There's something here where you have to have an honest conversation with someone about what it is you really think, how you're really feeling, and this is what's coming, and this is going to be worth it. Saying it to this person will be worth it because it will get this stagnancy of the situation. The stagnancy will stop and we'll get to move on and move forward. So that's why you should be doing this. That's why it's a good idea. The Empress card is in reverse here. I wonder if you've been thinking of self-care. Absolutely recommend that. So if you've been thinking of like doing some, I don't know, health care related things, shopping, nails, whatever, hair, absolutely go do that, you know? But that's essentially like the general energy of like what I see you doing. This is all about you working on your sense of confidence. That's why you have to stand up for yourself in whatever situation this is, okay? Hi, Superwoman, hi. I'm so glad to be live too. I plan on being live more often. Honestly, there's like a little feeling of like streaming. It's like something I'm testing out, and that's why I'm like here. Hi Moira, oh my gosh, hi, miss you. You know, I'm like trying to just be more comfortable with like being back. And hi Andrea in front of the camera, cause like, yeah, miss your monthly zodiac readings. I know, I know, I get them, the messages all the time. I feel so bad, but it's like, honestly, like a little bit of it is anxiety. I don't know, a little bit of it is like, I love doing like celebrity readings and whatever. I love doing psychic readings, channeled readings. A lot of things are changing with how I want to do things, you know, like I got into this because I love the paranormal, spirits, ghosts and whatever. And so, you know, I also I don't want to feel super boxed, but then I also have the anxiety of executing that. So whatever, but we're trying to get over that. I'm glowing. Thank you. That's so sweet, you know? Oh my gosh. So yes, I'm doing free readings. Absolutely. Comment that, like comment a free question below if you would like me to answer that, you know? Okay. All right. Hello. Yes, I'm doing free readings. You can put your questions in the chat. Positive energy and support. Thank you so much. Thank you. Like you guys, you know what the miracle is? My pets have been so quiet. I can't show you. I'm not gonna show you where they are, but like they're being so sweet and quiet right now, and typically they would be jumping all over the place. Like that's crazy. Okay. All right, let me see. Yeah, if you guys have any free questions, type them in the chat. I don't know if sometimes it just like is delayed probably, but yeah. I feel like streaming or like, you know, going on live, I feel like it's a really good way to kind of force myself to be here and like do stuff, you know? Yeah, because I'm always like finding excuses not to do these readings, but I'm trying. We're trying to get over that, you know? Okay. Yeah, perfect. Okay, Andrea, so, oh, that's so cute. You guys are like, I would love to know my next chapter or messages for my career. We actually missed you, by the way. What the heck? You guys are so cute. You know, it's like so weird. Like, you guys have to know, it's like so weird because I'm like you post these videos and you're like, okay, yeah, there's view counts, but who really is there? Like, who cares, you know? And then it's like so sweet to see these types of messages. Like, I really appreciate that. Okay, next chapter or messages for your career. Let me see. Okay, next chapter. So I feel like there's a healing chapter for you, Andrea. I feel like there's something about getting over something from the past, and this could be a literal like death in the family or something like that, or breakups, because the Five of Cups in reverse and the Death card talks about healing, grieving something. Now, grieving something does not always equate to death. Like I said, it could be like getting over a breakup, getting over the end of a job, you know. We're trying to work on healing something that hurt us before, and that's where I see your next chapter is. But the beautiful thing about this is the Six of Wands. This is all about, first of all, focusing on your health, your well-being and healing, maybe even your physical health, but also this is about your confidence, your victories, you know? And so you will have people, first of all, helping you along the way to help you realize that like you're gonna be fine, you know? Like, you're gonna have people that are gonna help you feel better about yourself. Excuse me. But also, I see you being able to have some wins and achievements. So this would be like, oh, I got a compliment from someone at work. Hopefully it's a promotion. We'll see. Let's tap into what these little wins are. Yeah, so this is like getting out of your comfort zone, doing something like confidently. So if there's something that you used to be anxious about, you end up being like, I'm so confident about this thing, this field, and I feel I'm so happy, and I used to be anxious about this and now I'm over it, you know? So I see you going through a healing process like that. That's the first thing I see. Okay, hold on. And also for your career, let me see if there's any messages here. Andrea, do you want to do something that relates to helping people? Like, I know that sounds so weird, but like, do you want to do something related to that? Oh, by the way, everyone's like asking about career today, huh? Makes sense, you know, but I'm seeing the questions. I'm gonna get to you in a little bit, Instagram. This is individual. Yes, you can like write your questions in the chat. I'm just gonna answer whatever questions are there. Yes, you're a therapist. Okay, perfect. So this is gonna sound so weird, but like I kept thinking of Palestine when whenever I was like looking into your career, I kept thinking of that. So the first thing is, I don't know if this is like, there's a part of you that wants to actually do like humanitarian work in connection with, you know, victims and all that, or if there's something about like, you know, the current world events are just making everyone obviously feel extremely like anxious or extreme, you know, there's issues kind of going on there. So first of all, I think what you're doing is in line with what you should be doing, your sense of purpose. But I feel like there's going to be more people kind of coming to you that are like really dealing with like how to handle these global scale issues, essentially, you know? So that's what I'm seeing. I think you're doing exactly what you need to be doing. Helping people is like the biggest thing I kept feeling for you. And for your career, I think you need to take breaks sometimes, okay? Because obviously, like, your career can be really overwhelming. Like, being a therapist is overwhelming. What the heck, you know? So in order for you to remain in a stable position, to keep being able to do your job, you need to be taking care of yourself. But you also, I want to say, like, need to know when to quit or need to know when to say no. This doesn't mean you have to quit, period. But if something's happening in your workplace and you're like, this isn't really worth it anymore, it's a toxic environment, or, you know, it's not taking care of me, like, I wonder if it's like just having options, being open to having options, because you need to know when to say no. So it could be even with clients and setting boundaries and being like, hey, you know, I can't talk about that, let's talk about it during our next session. But yeah, something about boundary setting at work is super important. I hope that makes sense. I'll go to Instagram for a little bit. Okay. Woo. Oh. Okay, Superwoman. Okay, So what's next for your career? Okay, let me knock on these cards for a second. Whoa, we already have one that fell. Let me just hold on. Hold on, everybody. Jesus Christ. Freaking. Okay. Okay, well, first of all, there's travel here. Six of Swords. Travel, progress, moving on, moving forward. It does. Thank you so much. Okay, great. Thank you, Andrea. Thanks for hopping in. Okay, hold on. I can't see. Yeah, so Superwoman, we have Six of Swords here, which is all about travel. So travel, progress, moving on at work. I also think that if you're planning on leaving a job and applying for another one, that's literally the vibe here. Temperance card. Okay, let me see when. Within the next few months. I'll say this, it's probably not going to be within the next few months. So, okay, if you're looking for a new job or looking for a job that is a better fitting job, you're going to have to wait a little bit. It's not going to be within the next 3 months, okay? It's going to be after that. I think just, okay, so game plan, right? Either, like, I think if you're looking for a job that is like exactly what you want pay-wise, you're probably gonna have to wait a little bit longer. So I'm not suggesting like quit or anything, but I'm suggesting have something in place right now, even if it doesn't pay you what you want, because what you want is coming, but it's gonna come a little bit late, okay? And especially like the rest of the year, like I think it's like there's gonna be a delay for the next few months. June, July, August, September. By then it's already the Burr month, so by then companies are already like winding down sort of. So I just think you need to wait a little bit for exactly what it is you're looking for. So this doesn't mean that you can't have it. This can mean settling for something that's okay in the moment, but using it as a stepping stone for the next step career-wise. So don't give up. But like, I think especially if like, obviously money is the biggest thing that I'm looking at here. So if you're looking for a job that kind of pays you what you're looking for financially, I think you're just gonna have to wait. But you'll get some offers. I just don't know if they're exactly perfect. You know, like you might get some offers, but it's like, it's just the same salary, so it's not like a huge raise. But that's okay too, you know, especially if you don't like your current work environment or something, then having something, even if it's just an equal amount salary-wise, is fine too, you know? So I hope that makes sense. Hold on. Let me see. Okay. I'm gonna answer Moira. If you're still here, sorry if that was so delayed. Moira, let me answer your question, okay? Hi, Samuel. Okay, let me see. By the way, I super love that it's like, I see a lot of like longtime clients here. Like, hello, people. Hold on. It keeps disappearing. That's so weird. Like YouTube chat, like it keeps fading out. Like into background. Like I don't need that. Show it to me, you know? Okay, Moira, so you're curious how you should pursue your future wife. Like you're in that phase where you want to focus on yourself, but you want to know how your future boo wants to be wooed. Okay, smart question actually. Okay, let me see. Okay, I don't know why, but I keep thinking your future wife has nice hands. Like she's got nice hands, or she's got really beautiful hands or something. So, I don't know if it's also going to be something like she'll love that you do, which is like, oh, I love it when you touch my hands. Like I love, you know, something about her hands is super significant. So either it's like, oh, she like has nice hands, or like she loves it when you touch her hands, or something like maybe she likes rings, bracelets, and jewelry on her hands, nails. So that even makes me think of like, hey, like babe, like you love rings, let me get you a new one, you know? Or let me pay for your nails or something, let you get your nails done. So something about like the hands is super relevant. I'm also seeing here, okay, just pursue them with like the familiarity and like it's the emotional connection for sure, you know? This is like treating someone like they're familiar to you, making someone feel comfortable enough to trust you, and you know, making them feel like they're part of the family, sort of, you know. I think that's how this person sees a future with you, and also helping them through their insecurities. So if something is an insecurity of theirs and they've told you, like, helping them through that is going to make you feel like, or it's going to make them feel like, oh, like, I love you because you're taking care of me. It's a lot of reassurance as well. I think that when you meet this person also, it's going to be an instant connection. Also, you said something. That's super cute. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's going to be an instant connection also. Because I feel like either you or she are like it makes me think someone has trust issues and is kind of combative and like cold at first, but almost like the moment you guys meet each other, you're like, I don't know where this is going, but I'm gonna be really nice to you. Like, you know, I don't know if we're supposed to be together, but like, I like vibing with you and I'm gonna put my defenses down, you know? That's what I see with your future wife, you know? Yeah, and I see you guys being happy. So that's perfect. But it's also like not having too many expectations at the beginning is also gonna be really helpful for her. Because if at first, you know, there's a lot of like, where's this going and whatever, it's going to make her feel pressured. So if you take care of her and her insecurities and make her feel comfortable and make her feel like this is gonna be my family, like I feel like family with you, and maybe it's also meeting your family at some point, or you meeting their family, then I think things are gonna be fine, and that's how you guys bond in the future. Okay, let me live chat. That's so annoying. I need to like find. Does anyone know how to like keep like the YouTube chat on the screen? Because like that's so annoying that it's like show me everything. That's fucking annoying. Sorry. Whatever. Anyway, let me look at everyone's messages on Instagram now. I really appreciate the reminder about not having expectations. It's so important now I think about it. I love that. Thank you. I'm so glad to be able to help. So for anyone who's just joining in, pop your questions in the chat and I will read for you, you know? I'm trying to get used to kind of doing free readings or just readings in general again. Maddie, DC 2020. Sorry if you're waiting for too long. Hold. Oh, sorry, Tessa 010 first. Anything general for you? Okay, let me see. Okay, let me drink water first for a second. Okay, general. Okay, so Tessa, the Knight of Swords in reverse. I wonder, are we talking about someone in particular here? This is a love thing. Okay, what's the advice for her about this? Because we're talking about a romantic situation here where either, like, this makes me think someone's kind of defensive or has their guard up, you know? And how that's kind of affecting the way you interact with this person. So either it's like you have your defenses up and they're wary of interacting with you, or they have their defenses up and you're wary of interacting with them. Either way, it's like, I think that can be a little bit draining. That's what I'm seeing here. In terms of like advice here, I feel like there's like, you got to take a break a little bit from this person and like detach from a little bit. So sometimes this is not even about a specific person. This could be about dating in general and just being like, hey, I kind of just need time. Some of these people that I'm meeting are draining and I just kind of need time by myself. This detachment is kind of necessary so that you can have more perspective on what you really feel and what you really want to say. Because if you end up wanting to actually say something, wanting to actually like, you know, tell this person, hey, I love you, I want to make this work with you, whatever, then you'll have that clarity that this is what you want to do rather than feeling kind of anxious or like triggered in the moment. So I think you need to take a break and kind of detach from this person or the situation, have clarity, and then decide what you want to do. If you want to act on it, say something or not. Because like this reminds me of like, oh, we haven't talked for a while and I'm wondering if I should message them, or like, you know, they're being really weird with me and I don't know if I should say something, you know? So I feel like if you Hi, Tessa. Yeah, I like literally couldn't scroll for a second. But I hope this is making sense with you. Essentially, like, I think if you take a break for a little bit, there will be a better sort of energy surrounding this connection. And I actually feel like it's not the end. Almost like, yeah, you'll have an opportunity to talk to this person again, or like have a conversation about what's happening, but like you kind of need to wait, okay? Like this could also be something as simple as I'm in a relationship and I'm fighting with my person right now. We're not on the same page. But like if you wait a little bit, like that person can calm down and maybe you'll have a more insightful discussion, you know? I hope that makes sense with you. That's what I'm seeing there. Is Maddie still here? Yeah, I should just ask that and be like, are you guys still here? Like, you might not be. Also, by the way, like, I have this, like, really, this thing where, like, Instagram Live or, like, YouTube Live kind of makes me self-conscious because I'm like, oh my God, like, am I answering everyone's questions so quickly? So if I'm speaking and I'm like, you know, I'm like, okay, is this person here and that, like, if I'm trying to rush things along, I'm just not trying to, like, be so slow about it. But, like, I feel like I need to slow down, actually, so that people have a chance to respond. That's what I'm trying to say. Because I think there's a delay in, like, when you guys get, you know, obviously what I'm saying and whatever. So I need to, like, learn how to be patient and wait for the response. Okay. Yes, you guys are here. Okay. I'm still gonna answer Maddie DC 2020's question because I think there's only a few more anyway. But like, I'll still answer that, especially in how to make more money quickly. Okay, because like even if they're not here, maybe they'll see it later or something. So for how to make more money quickly. So honestly, Maddie, if you're here, like in terms of making money more quickly, get over it and just do it. I know, sorry, no, I'm not trying to be harsh, but like literally this is about anxiety and your fears, anything that's like fucking with your self-confidence. This is about like things that maybe hold you back, things you're refusing to see, or like being stuck in the lack of clarity phase. And it's like in order to make money, like the money's there, but almost like you need to just like, you need to nip these in the butt and just act and just start. Like we think that like starting a business has to be this complicated thing. In reality, I say this all the time to my clients, like if you said to someone, hey, pay me for a cleaning service for an hour, like I'll clean your room for an hour. That's a business. Like you just have to do it a couple more times and that's a business, right? So I'm not saying it doesn't have to be about business, but like whatever it is, whether it's your career, your job, or whatever else, if you just start on it and if you just do something about it, then you are going to be making money, right? First time I made money as like a tarot reader was like, I was just practicing and I was like, I wasn't even asking for like payments at the time, but then someone was like, hey, I want to pay you for like a full hour. And I'm like, yeah, okay, sure. Like you just say yes to an opportunity when it's right in front of you. And then maybe you double that, you triple that, and you do it and more consistently, right? And so whatever it is you're trying to do, whatever hobbies or skills you have, you already have something, okay? But like, you gotta start, okay? And sometimes we think we have to have it perfect, and we think like in order to have like a business or something, like I have to have everything ready, I have to have a logo, like nobody cares at the start, you know? You just gotta get yourself started, and that's what will help, okay? Okay, I'm trying to like simultaneously, am I still doing private readings? Absolutely, I have not stopped doing private readings. So I'm honestly so grateful. I fucking moved. I don't know if it's like, it's probably obvious to some people and it's not to other people. I moved, I was in such a craptastic place, like the worst ever, slumlord vibes. I finally moved and I'm so grateful and happy, and that's because people keep booking private readings with me even if like I don't post. You know, I miss posting, I will be posting more, but like yeah, it's been really helpful that for May and June basically I've been very quiet and I just keep getting bookings, so I'm like, okay, there's no need to market more. But yeah, like that's not how I should do things, obviously. Like I should still keep doing more stuff, but like I've just been living life and, you know, very, very happy. Always doing private readings. I even do spells these days, and I'm still doing them. I just did one of the first few spells I've done in this place, this new place lately. So I'm really happy about that. Yeah, I love it. Okay, let me see if there's anything else in the chats going on. Okay, hold on. Okay, so Maddie, Tessa, and then also hi Gabby. I saw your message, but I was like saying shit, so I was like, let me reply later. Okay, hey Samuel, let me see what else is going on here. I'm gonna answer Samuel's question. Whoa. Did I fuck with a filter? Did I do something? Did it get darker? Hold on. Did I just get darker? Is this like a filter? Oh god. Like I broke my phone. So support my channel. I can get a new phone. I'm kidding. I'm gonna shut up now. Okay. You got a job interview. Sorry, I found your question, Samuel. You got a job interview with a new company. Oh, that's so interesting. How will it turn out? By the way, I don't know if this is the same Samuel. Like, I'm thinking of like one person. This would be so awkward if it's a different person. Because I do, you know, like obviously I've done readings with you, but I'm not sure if it's actually you because I don't know if I've seen this account and whatever. So, I'm just gonna ask about your like the username Serpent, right? Because like what if I'm thinking of a different Samuel? I don't want to direct the energy to someone else. But like, okay, I got a job interview with a new company. How will it turn out? Okay. Let me see. Okay. Okay, so obviously like you already know how this works. Like I say whatever I see, right? I'm not sure if this is going to be the best match company wise, but I think like I almost want to say like you'll get over it quickly, you know, like so I don't think this is going to work out with this new company. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna work out with that. Okay, let me see. But I also feel like it's a blessing in disguise, and I feel like it's a blessing in disguise. I feel like you might find out some information or figure out at some point that like, oh, this company would have like been such a weird, like it would have been weird for me to be there, or like it wouldn't have been easy, it would have been more difficult, would have made my life more difficult. So I think, yeah, like I don't think it's gonna work out with them, but you would have been unhappy anyways. Like literally the tower in reverse, that's like a narrow escape. Like, yeah, like if you had been there, you would have been stuck or something like that. I also think, yeah, you would have been tied to certain things and you would not, have the opportunity to do other things you really want to do. You know? There we go. That's a fucking filter. Showing my age. I'm kidding. I'm not even old. I hope that makes sense. Okay? But like, in terms of like, well, let's see what else is kind of coming for you, Samuel, okay? Ace of Swords reverse. Are you planning on quitting your current job already? Like, cause or have you already done that? Like, cause this is about like, yeah, this makes me think of like quitting a job, but also like in order to find a new job or the next job, don't get stuck like waiting for an opportunity to work out. Cause if you're like, oh, I'll wait to hear from these people before I apply somewhere else, you'll get stuck on that result. And if it doesn't work out, then you'll be like, oh, I'm sad that it didn't work out. But like, you got to keep going to the next one. It's a numbers game, right? Because I feel like that specific opportunity isn't going to work out. But I also don't know if you're like, should I quit my job now? You know, like before I find a new job, you know, like I almost want to say, I don't think you should. I think if you have to walk away, that's fine. Like if you have to, but I think that it's better to just keep looking for a new opportunity until something kind of happens. Oh shit. Oh hi, it is the same. Also, by the way, like again, my phone's broken. My phone's broken, so I'm just catching up on messages. I've just been talking to myself this entire time. Yes, I had 2 job interviews. They're gonna pay me more money. Okay. Yeah, so like I think just keep going because there's gonna be something else that does work, but like how I would say it is, as much as possible, stay in your current company until you find something that works. I don't think the specific question you asked me about, I don't think that specific company is gonna work or pull through, but I think something else will. But we're just kind of like limiting the time that you're unemployed, essentially, if that makes sense, you know? You're doing great. Thank you so much, Tessa. Genesee, good to see you. Good to see you too. Syra, I love your insight. It has helped me a lot. Oh, that's so sweet. Like, it really is. I appreciate you guys so much, you know? Like, sometimes I'm sitting here and I'm like, I'm talking to myself, right? When I do these readings and it's not on Zoom, I'm just blabbering to myself for hours. I need to limit what I'm saying sometimes. I'm trying my best to be more concise. But I'm just blabbing to myself and I never know if it's gonna make sense. So the fact that you guys are here and you guys are saying all these beautiful things, I always appreciate it so much. Jenny, hi. So for anyone who doesn't know, I'm live both on Instagram and YouTube. I'm trying to just do this more. Honestly, I've been falling in love with like live streaming. My secret thing is that I'm kind of on like in my free time, I watch a lot of streamers like on Twitch and whatever. I'm not really a gamer, but I kind of like it, you know? Like, I love The Sims, for example. What else do I do? Nothing else, really. Because like, I don't really have people to play with, but like, I love people like who do streaming. I watch Julian Solomita, who's like the husband of Jenna Marbles and all that. Like, I watch him, I watch a few other people. I watch Vanilla Mace. So lately she's been one of my like comfort streamers that I watch. And she's just so fun. Actually, she's who inspired me to kind of like go on live again. Cause she just like does stuff. She goes to like random places, water parks and on her own. And she's just vibing and having a good time. And I was like, that's so cool. Like, you know, not a lot of people. Yes, Trisha, Julian, of course, love Julian. I love watching his streams, always. Like, always my comfort streamer. And his friends too, Chris Melberger, etc. Like, I know it's like so weird because you guys are like, who the fuck? Who is she talking about? And that's fine. That's okay. Like, that's my little nerdy thing. But I love them. I think streamers are so cool. Like, can you imagine like holding the energy of an audience for that long? Like, I'm over here and I'm like, what do I say? Awkward silence. Like, that's so cool that they can do that, you know? Okay, Trina, I'll answer your question in a little bit. I'm just kind of catching up with people because I'm catching up with the messages. Okay, so let me hold on, okay? Let me just catch up on messages because we're going to be talking about yours in a little bit. I love your energy. First time here. Hi, Alicia. Thank you so much. That's so sweet. Ashley, hi. Mac DZ, anything for attention? Absolutely. Just kidding. I don't, like, this is my job, dude, you know? Like, all right, cool. You know what? Yeah, that's fine. People are gonna be people. Let me see. So, Trina, my wife cheated and we are apart. Like, do you mean like you guys are kind of broken up? Is that what you're saying? And will you guys make it work? So try getting a real fuck dumb hoe. Try getting a real fuck dumb hoe. You know what? I love when trolls are illiterate because it makes me feel better about myself. Like, I'm okay with that, you know? I'm okay with being smarter. That's fine. Anyway, like, let me go back to this. Sorry, dropout. Trolls be trolling. I know, it is what it is. Like, I mean, I went on live before on TikTok. I tried all that. And it was like a lot of like, Jesus will save you. Like, sometimes you'll literally post like a zodiac message. And I've had someone tell me to like KILL myself just because like I posted a zodiac thing. And it's like, huh? And it makes me laugh all the time because I'm like you took time out of your day to like type these messages. Like, okay, you know? Like, thank you. Everything, all the energy that you're giving me is transmuting itself into money. So that's a tip for all of you guys. If you have people that are weird and that are haters, transmute their energy into money, into views, into comments and attention, and you know what? It'll be fine. You know, it is what it is. And also, like, you know, it's funny, like, being kind of like a psychic and doing tarot readings and stuff is also, like, so, like, it's kind of funny because, like, you get, like, scam accounts that are, like, always impersonating you. And it's, like, like, you know, like, what the hell? It never ends, too. I feel so bad. So, by the way, I don't have any backup accounts. Like, that's why I brought that up, because I'm like, I don't have backup accounts, okay? Don't get scammed, all right? Sorry, okay. I promise I'm going to talk to you, Trina. I'm so sorry. We just had to deal with very illiterate people, you know? It is what it is. So, Trina, okay. Will you guys get your spark back, you and your wife, okay? All right. Okay. First of all, so the Six of Wands in reverse here, this is talking about someone's insecurity, right? So especially that is something that I think you guys are going to have to work through and sort of deal with. Insecurity, that's the biggest part. Like, that's the first thing you guys are going to have to, like, fix. So we already knew this, it's obvious, right? But, like, I actually don't think it's your insecurity. The interesting thing is I think it's your wife's insecurity. Like, even though she's the one that cheated, it's more like her insecurity and why she cheated in the first place. That's the thing you guys are going to have to deal with, because I think that, like, this is just, you know, this is what I'm seeing, right? Her insight is that the marriage isn't good enough, or like the relationship isn't good enough, because she's thinking about all the things that make her feel insecure. And honestly, as someone who's dealt with insecurity, like I think a lot of us have, like, you can never really fill that void unless you do it yourself. No one is going to fill that void for you. You know, like when there's an insecurity there, no amount of like reassurance, etc., until you work on it yourself, like no amount of that is going to heal that side of you. And so with your wife, like, she has insecurity, she has stuff that she's dealing with, but almost like, you know, like if she doesn't work on that through therapy, if she doesn't work on why something feels missing for her, it's always going to feel like that. And then maybe it's not cheating now, but maybe it's resentment in the marriage. It's, you know, other ways. Like I see like your wife kind of blames the marriage, or blames you even sometimes for like you didn't do enough to comfort me. You didn't do enough to like reassure me. And it's like, that's not the point, you know? So that's what I'm trying to say here. Is it possible to heal this? I think it's gonna take a lot of work. It's not impossible, but it's going to take a lot of work. Possibly a lot of money, but I don't know if this is like relationship counseling, therapist or something. But I would be careful, right? I would, in terms of like advice for you, King of Wands in reverse here, Page of Cups reverse, and the Strength card. I think you need to protect yourself and your feelings for now, and you definitely need to set boundaries, okay? So if you want to keep doing this with your wife, like you need to set boundaries. And like almost like I think you guys need therapy. Like that's just what I keep seeing, therapy or relationship counseling. So if she doesn't even want to agree to that, right? Like we have kind of a problem. In terms of like in general, like what do I see for the future? Okay, Page of Wands here, the Hermit reverse, and the Four of Swords. I mean, I don't really see a divorce here right now, but I don't see things changing. I feel, well, hold on, let me see. I wonder if she has been pushing you away, or if you've been pushing her away, because the Hermit here would be someone being like, I need time alone, right? So I feel like what I'm thinking is that, you know, you guys are eventually going to have a conversation, and you're eventually going to talk about everything that's happened. That's what I see in the nearest future, like an honest conversation about what's going on. But I don't really see things being fixed or broken. Like I see things kind of being, you're just in this weird space with your wife, right? You've been depressed and pushing her away. Okay, so that might be you being like, I'm ready to talk about this, right? But here's the thing, you're gonna have to set those boundaries. You're gonna have something to kind of hold her accountable, if she even wants to. Do you feel me? Like you can try to get her into therapy, but if she doesn't even want to fix the relationship, like what's gonna happen there, you know? So I don't see you guys getting divorced necessarily, like not yet, right? Like in the time frame that I'm looking at here, I'm not really seeing that, but I'm also not seeing like love and reconnection. You know, I'm seeing like this weird, awkward energy. And in order to get out of that, that's what Spirit was saying, like, hey, we gotta go to therapy, or we gotta like talk about it, we gotta have accountability, shit like that. Okay? Okay. Let me see if there's more in here. Let me see. Love. Okay, yeah, let me talk about YouTube for a second. So I'm answering, like, I'm doing live both on YouTube and Instagram. Book a reading with me. You know, okay, let me hold on, because I have a few questions kind of coming up. So what do I do? Okay, hold on. So let me just answer YouTube for a second, because I think they got their questions in first. Okay. All right, so I keep getting, when I came onto this live, I was like, I kept telling my guides, I'm gonna do less tarot cards. I'm just gonna do things psychically, okay? So we're gonna change things up, all right? We're gonna try to, like, I'm gonna try to just write things down based on what I hear. Let me see, we'll see. I might still draw a few cards, but like, I need to change my method up, because also, I don't know if you guys know this, but like doing tarot cards is draining for me. But it's like interesting because doing psychic readings is not. Don't know how to explain that. I think that it's because like when I do tarot readings, it's like all the trying to figure out the meaning, like the mental work, the logic work, but also like holding this like energy here. But like when I do things psychically, like I just scribble on a piece of paper, it's almost like the connection's more up here and I feel lighter. It's weird. But I get less drained that way. So I think I'm gonna switch to that because I feel like I don't want to get too drained. Also, I need to drink water. Hold on. Yes, you, Miko, I'm gonna answer your questions too in a little bit. Let me just drink water, guys. So, my pets are being so well behaved. Like, I'm so impressed because you guys don't understand. Half the time they're just like jumping everywhere. Okay, so let me see. Haters are your biggest fans. Absolutely. Don't know if you get anything. Are you supposed to step, so Alicia, are you supposed to step into a role of mediumship? I think I'm channeling things and knowing things, but not sure. Okay, let me see. Specifically, my head started to like, I started to feel a headache here actually. Hold on, okay? Alicia, do you know someone that has a connection to like a head injury or cognitive issues? So this doesn't have to be someone in the spirit world, but I'll just be open to the information. But something about the head is like here. Or maybe do you have something to do with like head or migraines issue? Like, I feel like it's like, yeah, one side of the head is kind of hurting right now. My mother had a stroke last year. Okay, all right. So is your, hold on, let me see. Let me just see what I get, okay? Okay, let me think for a second. So, Alicia, do you understand if you feel very connected to people's emotions? Or you feel like you're very good at, like, reading people's emotions? So this is the part of the reading where it's probably going to go a little bit slower because I have to ask and, like, confirm the information so that I can actually, you know, like, I need to, like, ask so that I know I'm, like, led to the right direction. Like, how I do tarot readings is I just read the cards, right? But when we get into psychic and mediumship, this is more like I get information, I have to ask you so that I can make sure what I'm receiving is like the right message, or do I have to interpret it differently, right? Okay, so Alicia, yes, you feel energy. Yeah, so I literally, okay, first of all, I feel like if you want to step into mediumship, you can definitely develop that. Like okay, it's story time, short story time, promise. I used to do tarot readings, right? Back in like 2020, that was when I started. And people were like, oh my gosh, like you are seeing things. Like you're not just like I said someone had like blonde hair, didn't know what they looked like, basically shit like that, you know? That was one of my first readings ever. So then I started getting into like paranormal stuff just because like I've always been interested in that my whole life. And then I was like, oh my gosh, like I found out that you can actually learn to do these things. And that's why I go on these lives, because this is my way of practicing these things. So absolutely, yes, you can get into mediumship, whether you have a talent or a gift or not. I believe that everybody has this sense, and this is not limited to some people. This is like if you think about it like a sixth sense, right? Most people have the ability to see, right? So we all have this sixth sense, but we're not trained to listen to it. In the same way that most people are taught not to follow their gut, right? So Alicia, if you want to get into mediumship, the first thing you got to do is follow your gut and see where it leads. The second thing you can do is, yes, get into classes, like ask, like literally go to classes. Some reputable mediums like Tony Stockwell, amazing guy. He is really good at like teaching mediumship. Lisa Williams even, but also like I think there are maybe me one day. No, I would love to teach classes one day. Love it. I love this not just as like I do a job. I think like if I could have a PhD in this shit, like I would love it, because like I think it's an interesting field, you know? So you find some really good beginner teachers and like ask around, right? Because I think the practice is the only way to know if what you're getting is like real or not, right? As for you, I feel like you definitely have guides that are helping you, but I want to say like medical. I don't know why I keep thinking medical with you. Like you would be good at deciphering things for people for their health or for like medical reasons, or and also emotional stuff. So that either tells me like a little more talent into like that. You're a nurse, perfect. Okay, so no wonder you're gonna have a very good sense of intuition about medical stuff, because you're a nurse. Like that makes perfect sense, you know? So you're probably one of those people. Like practice that, right? Like if you have time, obviously. Like I don't want you to practice this while you're on a shift, but like if you're at the hospital, you look at a person and you're like, what's wrong with this person? Like what are they here for, you know? And then try to see if you can pinpoint what kind of illness they have, you know, or like what they're going to the doctor for. Because you might be like, they're walking a little weird, and like yes, you could assess that as like cold reading the symptoms, but sometimes you'll see things that like you don't have any physical symptoms basis for. So you can practice that anywhere. I love this shit. Like you can practice your intuition with anything. You can take a look at someone and be like, what shirt is this person gonna come in today? Are they gonna wear a blue shirt or a red shirt, you know? You have that happen a lot with my patients. Yeah, absolutely. So you're already practicing your intuition there. That's medical intuition and whatever. Well, you're just putting a name to something, but it's just intuition. So now, right, you learn to listen to that feeling. You learn to trust it. You practice it by just asking people, hey, do you have an issue with this? So then you strengthen that bone, that skill, and then you can practice it everywhere else. Okay, my cat is now here, so she's probably gonna, hi honey. She's probably gonna make an appearance. Hello. Everything's falling. Hello, say hi guys. This is Peach. She's my assistant. She helps me with readings. She's like, what the heck? Hi. Okay. She wants to go. She doesn't care. This is what happens. I told you guys, like, that's why I was so impressed that they were so, like, well behaved, because this is what happens. Her ass is in my face. Like, thanks. I can't see anything. Oh my god. Excuse me. Thank you. Hi, Dart. Come here. You wanna come here? I have two cats on my table right now. Okay, sorry, I'm gonna answer some questions. Let me think for a second. Okay, Serena, are you still here? Oh, Ginny, did I even answer your question? I probably didn't. Hold on. Sorry, Serena, Serena and Ginny, are you both here? If you're both here, I'll answer your questions now. And then we'll go to the Instagram. I promise I'm answering questions Instagram, but I'm just like, okay, Serena's here. Let me just answer her question a little bit first. Okay. Hi, how can I prepare for the life I want to live in the future? I want to migrate to Taiwan in the next 2 to 3 years, be a lesbian and marry a woman, and be on low contact with my family. Fuck them. Yeah, I get it. Okay, hold on. So, how can you prepare for the life you want to live in the future? Okay, you want to migrate to Taiwan. Okay, let me just see what I get, okay? Like, the first thing... Okay. Honestly, Serena, this starts with, like, confidence. Like, this starts with being, like, first of all, like, I want to make this choice, and no one is going to take this choice away from me. And this is the... Like, you have to choose it, right? And it seems like you have. The fact that you've imagined this life and what you want to live, like... You know, like, you've chosen this path, right? So, number one, choosing this path is, like, the first step. Second of all, okay, let me think about the rest of that, okay? Because, like, when I talk about choosing this path, like, everything else kind of follows that. I wonder if you're already on, like, private social media or, like, incognito on social media. Because, like, that's the second thing that I was thinking about, like, low contact with family. Like, honestly, no offense, okay, but honestly, when it comes to, like, no contact with family, you just kind of have to nip it in the butt. Like, delete all your socials and, like, be on, like, private or, like, an incognito account. Like, there's really no other way to kind of do that. And to give you confidence about this, okay, here's the thing. I think we all have choices. Like, we're humans. We all have a choice. And I understand that a lot of people have this, like, oh, I have a responsibility to my family. I have to take care of them. But here's the thing. First of all, like, if you really don't feel it, you really, really don't want to be there, right? Just don't feel like it. Like, no, what can anyone do, realistically? Like, they're going to force you to be in their lives. They're going to force you to come to every reunion. They're going to force you to hang out. They're going to force you to, like, pay bills or do whatever. And, you know, like, they literally can't force you to do anything you don't want to do. So if you don't want to contact them, you just have to make the decision to, like, delete everything and kind of, like, stay private at first. The deleting everything isn't for them. It's for you. Because at the start, you're going to need a lot of confidence to build this decision up and to feel like you have autonomy and, like, privacy from everyone else. This is your way of silencing their voices so you can start listening to yours. And that's really what that's about. Now, you're not moved out yet, right? Because you're like, yeah, your parents place this expectation where you should take care of them, where you're like, hell nah. Yeah, I know that. I'm like, I know. It's in a lot of, well, I'm Filipino, so, like, it's in a lot of, like, cultures. I get it. But, like, the other thing I was going to say is, when it comes to, like, Taiwan or just, like, being so exactly, you're not yet moved out, you're still living with them. So, for example, like, how can you do that if, like, you're still living with them? So the next thing we got to do is find a way to move out. You're Filipino, I am too. Yeah, see, welcome. But also, yes, like, I am Filipino. Like, I think it's probably getting recommended to a lot of Filipinos because the country, you know, so where the videos originate from. But yeah, so the first thing is probably going to be to move out. You know, either getting a job or, like, sort of, like, finding a way to move out, move in with a roommate and stuff. So once you kind of get that, like, independence and, like, alone time, like, and then you can kind of go private on social media. You don't have to be in Taiwan to start your new life. You can start your new life immediately. And I do get it. Like, I do get that it's like, you know, of course you love them and all that. Here's the thing, okay? I think that, like, so especially sometimes when the expectations are so high, sometimes you just kind of need to be by yourself so that you can set those boundaries. Like, no one's telling you to never contact them again. You just said low contact, right? So when you kind of sever yourself, then you get to say, here's what I am willing to give you. here's how much I am willing to give you of my time, my attention, and my love. Like, it's not out of a sense of expectation or like need, but more of like within your boundaries and control, right? Live chat, hold on. Perfect. Okay. So Ginny, I don't know if she's here, probably not anymore, but I'll just answer Ginny's questions anyway. Do your guides or ancestors have any messages for you regarding your purpose in life? Ginny. This is gonna sound so weird. I don't want to, okay, whatever. So I was saying your name, Ginny, and I started thinking of the word progeny, and like that's so, but like, well, that's like having kids, right? That's not your purpose in life, but I wonder if your purpose in life has something to do with helping children. So I don't know if it's like maybe you do a job that like relates to kids and youth, or if it's like your job or something like that. Purpose in life will have something to do with like protecting the youth or like helping the youth, or if honestly, like sometimes it could just be that like, hey, if you have children, that's going to be like a great source of purpose. But I don't think that's such a big thing to be like, you're my child, you're my sense of purpose in this world. I don't think it's about that, but I think it is about protecting the youth somehow, or working with the youth, maybe teaching them something. So I'm seeing something connected to that. Now, youthfulness is also like symbolically, that's also a sign of creativity, creating something new. So I think that's like part of the purpose that is being talked about here. And in terms of like just any advice about that, hold on, let me see. I'm also seeing a dog, but I also think I looked at Gab. Hold on, I'm seeing a dog, by the way. So I think there's something to do with like protecting those or animals in need, animals and children. Like that's animals and the youth, protecting animals and the youth. Like that's in terms of like a sense of purpose. That's where I see you, Ginny. And so that could be like literally, I have a pet, I'm taking care of that. I have a child, I'm taking care of that. That could be literally it for the sense of purpose, but it could also be like getting involved in like organizations that could help with that. That's what I see. I don't know if you're still here, probably not, but like, you know, that's fine. I've been talking for a while. Hold on. Okay. Let me see. Okay, Yumiko, are you, so I know you're still here. You're talking about love life. Okay. Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. Okay. Yumiko, okay, so we'll talk about love and career life just quickly, okay? Because I think I do have to leave. It's been an hour that I've been here. Whoa, time. Like, I'll answer you and Gabby probably last, and that's it. Okay. Let me see. For love life, what do I see? I'll ask about like what's coming your way, right? Like, so are you talking future, Yumiko? Are you like asking about future, or are you asking about like what's going on right now? Like, are you asking for advice, or are you asking for like a little prediction or something? Whew. Okay, future. Okay, let me see. Love, for love, and then for career life. Okay, so for one thing I'll say is that for love, like, are you in a relationship with someone right now? And are you guys arguing? If you're in a relationship / situationship right now, are you guys like not on the same page and such? Hi, Angel. Oops. Whoa. No. Okay. So let me like see this, okay? So what I'm seeing here, right? First of all, it was like the 5 of Pentacles here. This could be like if you're not dealing with anybody right now, then this would be like if you're trying to find someone. I can see you finding someone pretty soon. The numbers 5 and 10 may end up being relevant. So that could be, sometimes it's like someone's birth date, someone's like month. So this could be, excuse me, the month of May or the month of October ending up important. So it could be your birthday, that person's birthday, anniversaries, etc. Be open to it. I can see you finding someone. But what's interesting is like you guys will still have a lot to heal, and there will be something to do with like healing things in relation to arguments and miscommunication. I can see you being able to make something work with this person, but it's going to be really important to like find a way how to communicate with each other, or else it'll be like essentially really difficult to maintain a relationship if we are not able to restore that, right? Yeah, I keep seeing the number 10 being ending up being really important as well. I also feel I think you got to be careful with who you pick as well as a relationship partner, because it may be that this person has a lot of like intensity. So would you understand if sometimes you get into a relationship with people that are like, they have a lot of feelings, and that's not a bad thing, but it's like they have a lot, like big feelings essentially. And I could see that being like, oh my gosh, like this person kind of expects me to like resolve everything about how they're feeling and make them feel better all the time. So be careful around energies like that, because I can see you being happy for a while, but I also think like boundary setting is super important for you to learn in your relationships. Okay. And also, let me see. For the rest of the year, let me see about love here. For the rest of the year, like I'm not really seeing like relationships, but what I feel like I'm seeing is more like a crush. That makes me think of like a crush, a romantic interest, but it's not like, I don't see you being with them, you know, like I see you either developing a crush for someone, someone having a crush on you, but it's like, it's kind of like from afar. So if someone's interested in you, I don't see them being like approaching you, to be honest. Like I see it being more like, I like you, but I'm not really going to say anything about it. So if you want to change that, you're probably going to have to go and speak up, you know? And like I said, I think that in terms of relationships, there's stuff we got to heal there. In terms of like communication, essentially. And the other thing I was seeing in terms of like career. So, okay. I think for career, let me see. I could see you, hold on, let me think for a second. Are you thinking about like quitting your current job and like looking into other opportunities? Let me see. Yes, this is a tarot reading. Yes. I'm almost done though, so I'm gonna have to like leave in a little bit. Is this person still here? You're trying to get a better job. Yeah, so I'll probably go on live again at some point in the future. I'm probably gonna leave soon. So I have like only a few more questions left to answer. You're trying to get something better. Okay, so you need to have confidence, because that's what you don't have here. You're like thinking that like you can't have this thing, and that in itself is going to prevent you from like getting a better job. But I'll say this again, same as like the previous person I did a similar reading for, it's like it's a numbers game. Like you might get rejected from like, so if you applied for 3 jobs, you might get rejected from like 2 out of 3, but it almost makes me feel like just keep going, because like the last one you kind of apply for, or like the one that you weren't really expecting to get a positive response, you end up getting something, right? The thing is, I do see you getting a job before the end of the year. So within the next 6 months, I definitely see you getting something, but almost like you have to be detached about it. You may not love it completely, but I think you'll be happy. So it could be like, you don't love the job, you're not passionate about it, which is fine. Like it's a job, you don't have to love it, but almost like you'll be happy about the money, or it's a good match in terms of like benefits and something. So I think you'll find something within this year for sure. Let me see if I can get a month here. Okay. May actually, yeah, I could do like within a month from now. So around July or August, I could see you getting like a job that you actually like. It's probably not going to be like the perfect job, but that's okay. Nothing is the perfect job, you know? I see you still being happy with it though. So I think that benefits wise or schedule or circumstances or something, you'll still be happy with it. I'm going to answer Gabby's question because I think she's like the last one. Gabby, where's your message? Okay, just a general poll. Okay, Gabby, okay. I'm actually gonna go like end the live on YouTube. Bye, YouTube. Okay. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Perfect. So, general poll, please. Okay. Two of Wands, King of Swords in reverse, and a Queen of Wands. Let me think for a second. Okay. Gabby is... Okay, so there's a King of Swords here. There's a significant male energy here that I feel like we're dealing with that we're not on the same page with. But I think we're gonna have to like stand up for ourselves almost and be like stern about something. So there's a significant male energy, but we have to be stern about something. We kind of have to fight for whatever this is. Like, say your piece. And even if it's not a fight, sometimes it's just like speaking your opinion. But like, say your piece. You should, and you kind of have to. Because if you don't, it's like, it's a missed opportunity. Like, that's what they're talking about here. So I don't know if you can make sense of that. But like, I think that being confident about this person or the situation is really important, and I think you're gonna get what you want out of this. The Ace of Wands is here, and this could be like a new beginning, a fresh start. This could also be if it's like, let's say if this is about dating, and it's like, hey, like be honest or be straight up with this person, because if you are, like you'll get something out of this. You'll get a really positive thing about this, you know. And if this is like, let's say like exes or something, like stuff like that, I could see it being like, hey, like just be straight up with them. And I think that it'll end up in something that's positive for you. I don't know how to explain that. The other thing I'm thinking of is, so I know Gabby, that's why I kind of have a little bit of insight into her life. The other thing I'm thinking about is, I wonder if this is also a partial message about your son, like, because there was a Page of Swords here, so this makes me think like father and son kind of thing. Is there some like trouble there where like I wonder if there's like fighting energy, but I actually want to say around your son. Oops. By the way, guys, I'm only answering like a few more questions. Sorry, because I gotta go. It's been like an hour. Yeah. I think I'll answer Trisha's question also because I did see that as well. Not sure. That's okay. So, I mean, you know, when it's like a general card pull, like sometimes it's like for future reference, like keep it in mind, okay? Because I feel like the energy that I was getting about that is almost like let's say, okay, an example would be like you're not on the same page with this person, and like you're just gonna have to like, you have to speak your mind about this and kind of prove your point almost a little bit, because if you do that, then the outcome will be better. Like, I don't know how to explain, I don't know what it is about, so I'm gonna leave it with you because like I think it's something specific, but maybe we just don't know what it is yet, and hopefully that's the case. Hopefully I've helped you in that situation. What is this shit about? Let me see. Hold on. Yeah, it's the Hanged Man in reverse. It may be something about money, actually. So it could be something, like it could be something as simple as like a customer service dispute. And it's like, oh, like, you know, like we kind of have to, you have a friend that likes, I don't think that's what it is. No, I don't think that's not what it is. I think it's going to have to be something about money. Like, okay, an example is if this person likes you, but let's say you have a business relationship, there's money involved, like money involved. So almost like it makes me think of like, like if this was a relationship partner, it would be like, hey, you gotta pay child support. You know, like if this is like a coworker, it would be like, hey, like we have a business here, like I don't know, setting boundaries surrounding money and career. That's what I get, and I think I'm gonna have to leave it with you. I understand if it doesn't make sense right now. I feel strongly that I have to like just let it be though. So that's it. Trisha had an answer, and I had a question, and I think I need to go after that. So Trisha, will things go smoothly on your cross-country move? Okay. Okay, let me see. What is this here? So I feel like I've said this to you before, Trisha, but it's gonna be the same message as that. I don't know if it's even about the same thing. It's probably a completely different thing. Oh, taxes. X and taxes. Yeah. X and taxes. That makes a lot of sense. Because the Page of Swords, I was thinking it's like a sun, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's just about, well, you know, Swords energy is legal stuff, paperwork. So absolutely, Gabby, that makes a lot of sense. X and taxes. And having to set a boundary. So I think you kind of, like, you have to, like, get him on top of that shit. Because it could be that it's, like, delay. So an example would be, like, if he delays the paperwork, like, you know, like, we're losing out on a tax return or something. Like, we're gonna miss the deadline, and then it's, like, more trouble for us or something. So you kind of have to, like, be on his ass about that. Like, that's the vibe. So for you, Trisha, sorry, I got distracted. The last thing I was gonna say was, like, it always shows me stuff like this, like the Magician, which is like legal stuff, paperwork, or communication being super important. The Temperance card in reverse, we may have an issue with communication. So Trisha, for this cross-country move, you need to be detached. You need to be like, you know what, I'm probably gonna be pissed off or frustrated during this move, so I'm gonna have to like turn that side of my brain off. Because, like, you know, Queen of Cups reversed here, you know, like there's heartbreak here. So I think it could be that there's just some last minute kind of stuff that we need to like watch out for. So I think if you remain detached and you're like, I'm thinking like one track mind, you'll be able to do this successfully. But almost like if you get too swayed up or swept up in this, it'll cause more harm than good. So like, I think you have to be maybe the logical person in the situation to kind of make this work, because it makes me wonder if like there's a disagreement or something that doesn't match up. The Temperance card is like two people that are like not on the same page. This could also be someone being impatient or arrogant. Let me see if I can tap in really quickly as well. I don't know if Trisha's even here. If you're here, let me know. And if not, that's okay too. Maybe I'll just send it to her. Hold on, cross-country move. Like, it literally makes me think like, oh, what if there's like car issues or like, so transportation or travel issues or delays. So almost like maybe we just need to have a backup plan or a backup schedule for things so that if there's any trouble, like someone else can kind of step in and do the job. Like, that's the vibe. I also keep thinking of something liquid. It makes me think of gas or water. Like, it made me think like, oh, what if there's like a gas issue with a car, and like, and if it's not a gas issue, like check for like gas, something like gas leaks, something like that. And then it makes me think of water. Like, I just keep thinking there's something about water. There's water, and then there's like grass somewhere. So like, it makes me think of like be like really careful when it comes to like water. So sorry, I got distracted by something, but like something about grass, water, or gas, you know. And I almost want to say, like, I don't think it's gonna be troublesome all the time. I think you're gonna, like, it's gonna be fine, you know, long term. But it feels like you have to be on top of shit, and you have to be like telling people what to do and managing people almost. And even if you have said something to someone, say it again. You know, like double check, triple check, because like I think some people aren't really listening, and they might not really understand what you're trying to say. So that's the vibe. Trisha's probably left, so I'll probably just send her the rest of this live. But yeah, thank you guys so much for being with me. and hanging out today. I'm gonna go now, and I'll see you guys next time. Hopefully I'll be able to be on live more in the future, but thanks so much for hanging. Okay, bye. Oh, I can't even end it. I broke my phone. I can't even end it.